Hey you all, this is your girl Amber Gonzalez from Ambie Gonzalez TV, and today I'm going to be talking to everyone about how language learning has helped improve my life, how it has helped me in life. So this video will be completely in English. I will upload the Spanish speaking version later. Si tú hablas español, lo siento mucho, pero en este video yo voy a hablar completamente en inglés y yo voy a subir otro video más tarde explicando todo. Bueno, más tarde o en 2 semanas. Pero thank you all so much for watching. Muchísimas gracias por ver. And let's go ahead and get started. So a lot of people, when they think of language learning, they think that it's just literally learning phrases or learning words. But that's not it, guys. Language learning is so much deeper than that. Language learning have a lot to do with learning the culture of that language, learning the way of life of those people. That plays a big part in language learning. Key word that I'm saying here is learning, okay? Learn. So the question is, well, Ambie, how can I learn, right? Well, you learn by opening your mind. So this is something that we're going to have to clear up from jumps, because a lot of people seem to think that,
oh, I have an open mind and I'm willing to do this.
I don't know what people think having an open mind is exactly, but listen to me. Let me just tell you what it's not. If you are someone that only know, let's say you only know one way of thinking. You was raised this is the way you were taught by certain people, these are only the type of books that you have read in your life, then quite frankly, my friend, that's all you know. That is all you know. And you're not open-minded to the fact that there are other ways of life, other ways of thinking, other books and resources out there. If you are a type of person that think your way is the only way and your way of thinking is the only thinking, as my Kung Fu teacher would say, you don't know much. You don't know anything. This should be a separate video on how to open your mind, to be honest. But you have to be willing to open your mind, people. Open your mind. And I say that because if I'm learning Arabic, I'm going to learn the language. I'm going to learn the culture. I'm going to learn the people. It plays a lot with your fluency and how you grasp the language. It plays a lot in it. Your whole world should be turned into Arabic. Let me explain this in a way that some closed-minded people can understand, because I'm sure there's closed-minded people that might watch. Now, when I say learn about the culture, learn their way of life, learn their religion, learn how they do this, it does not mean that you agree with that. Understanding something is not the same as agreeing with. If I'm learning Chinese, I'm going to want to learn the language, obviously the language, the people, how they eat, what the religion is, and why is it this, why do they think that way. I want to know your history. This all plays a part in learning the language. It just do. So there are a lot of people that I should say closed-minded people, and it's nothing wrong with being closed-minded. This is just a lot of people aren't aware of the fact that they're being closed-minded, and that's obvious. But if you're somebody that say,
well, I'm a Christian.
I ain't about to go to no Buddhist temple.
I'm a Christian.
Listen to me. No one's saying that by you learning somebody else's way of life means that you're converting into that. No one's trying to convert you into Buddhism, okay? Nobody's trying to convert you into Islam. But a part of language learning comes with opening your mind to other resources and learning. You're just taking in information about other people. So you learn by opening your mind to the possibility that there's other information out there. What you think you know or what you were raised knowing is not the only thing that's out there. And this is something that I had to learn, because before I started learning different languages, quite frankly, I hate to say it, but I was a closed-minded person because I grew up one way, learning one thing, and in my mind, this was the only knowledge, this was the only way, and I was right, nobody else was right. In my mind, what I grew up learning was correct, and that would make everybody else incorrect if you're saying something that challenged what I knew. So learning another language has allowed me to open my mind to the fact that bruh, like, I didn't know shit. To be honest, you don't know everything. So my friends, be very aware of the fact when you're learning another culture or learning different languages, that you have to be ready and prepared to learn their way of life, how they speak, why they speak that way, what are the foods that they eat, you know, what is the religion of this language, you know, how did this come about. Be willing to have an open mind when you're getting involved with another language. I will tell you this. Before, there was no way that I would have been able to read the books that I've read or gone to places that I've gone if I was not willing to open my mind to the fact that somebody might know more than me. You see, this is a very sensitive topic because sadly a lot of people in this world grew up a certain way, and they're very passionate about
my truth is my truth and your truth is wrong.
You can't learn anything if you already think you know everything. You understand what I'm saying? I learn every day. I learn things every single day from different people. With language learning, I have been able to learn different cultures and learn about their way of life, learn the food that they eat, learn the religion that they practice. Mind you, while doing it, it's with an open mind. No one's saying by all means if you're a Jehovah's Witness to convert to Buddhism because you're learning Chinese. That's not what I'm saying. So something else you have to learn how to do is listen to understand and not to reply, which is something a lot of people actually struggle with. Like, seriously, guys. And I'm only saying that because I know there's some people watching that probably wish I was next to them so they can be ready to cut me off and jump in and say what they got to say. And no, I think, because bottom line is people listen to reply. They don't listen to understand. And you have to learn how to do that first. Y'all, I can do a whole series on how to be open-minded and all this stuff. So I want to share this quote with you all. It says, "The limits of my language are the limits of my world." And that's by Ludwig Wittgenstein. You're limited to the language that you speak. And that is very true. And I apply that with my traveling. You know, when I travel, I feel a little bit more comfortable if I'm traveling to a country where I can speak in the native language. Your limits of your language is the limits of your world. So, and that's a deeper statement than just that. Now, another quote I like is, "Learning a different language is like learning a different vision of life," by Federico Fellini. I think he's Italian. Now, guys, let me tell you why this is very, 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 very important, because by having the ability to speak different languages, it allows me to, it does something with your brain. It's like you have a new way of thinking about something in a situation. Learning different languages allows you to learn life different ways, looking through a different scope, different lenses for every language you learn. And that's a good thing. I am very, I feel just blessed in this life to have an open mind like I do. And I pride myself on being someone that's able to listen to somebody else's way of life. Even if I was raised a certain way, I'm able to listen to it and understand it. Really quick before I go, because I have Kung Fu class in, I ain't got no watch on, but I got Kung Fu class in about an hour, I want to say. Let me check my phone. Ooh, in 30 minutes I have class. Okay. So, really quick, I want to share this story with you guys. So, a lot of you know that I practice Kung Fu. Speaking of it, I practice Kung Fu fighting for a few years now. And now I'm actually studying the Shaolin Kung Fu fighting techniques, Qigong and meditation and all of that. Being a Kung Fu fighter and learning Kung Fu has been the best decision I've ever made in my life. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made for myself. was to introduce myself to this lifestyle. And that comes with that, one of the things is, of course, you know, like the Buddhist philosophy, and then you have the Taoist philosophy. And Taoism actually was introduced to me by an Asian friend that used to fight Kung Fu as well. And so one day I was at this massage place on the weekend, which I go every weekend. If I miss a weekend, I'm going next weekend. I go to the same place in Wayne, Michigan called Tai Chi Wellness, and it's owned by Chinese people. You want to know the best part? No one speaks English. That's the best part. So now, this guy that do massages there, he don't talk to nobody. When I tell you, he don't say a word. And I know because of the language barrier, people are uncomfortable. I'm not sure if he just got here like a month ago, but he don't talk at all. So one day I was sitting on the leather sofa there in their massage place, and I was reading a book, and it's called Tao Te Ching. So some people might know what that is, some people might not. I'm not getting into that, but I was reading the book. And the look on his face was like he saw 3 deers charging at him. Not deers, like he saw 3 lions charging at him. Okay? He was like his facial expression was crazy. I thought I had a bug on me. I'm like, what happened? He looked down and he saw that I was reading this book. Guys, this guy don't talk to anybody. It's like he looked at me and he said, you know, he said something in Chinese. He looked at me and he was like, I don't speak Chinese. And I was like, yes, like, yes, I like Taoist philosophy. You know, and I knew that he was talking about that book because he was shocked that I was reading a book that including the teachings of his country. He just couldn't believe it. But he came up and he patted me on my back and was like, very good, very good. And I was like, thank you, shit, because that's all I know in Chinese. But guys, like, what I'm saying is I would have never been open-minded to read a book like that hadn't I started learning languages. There's not one day that I ever am that arrogant enough to think that I know everything and my way of thinking is the only way. That's not the type of person I am. Thank God. Thank the universe. Thank you.
감사합니다.
Thank you. I am like released from closed-minded thinking. Language learning is about stepping out of your comfort zone. You understand? So you might not feel comfortable going to a mosque, maybe just for once in your life to even see what it's about if you're learning Arabic. You understand? You might not feel comfortable doing that because, oh, I feel like I'm
betraying my religion, and this is unacceptable, and this is just
So I get it. You don't want to learn anything else from nobody else because what you know is correct. Once again, that's closed-minded. So this has nothing to do with you converting. Learning how someone else think or learning a way of life is not about you converting to it. No one ever said that. This language learning is all about stepping outside of your comfort zone. I have a lot of friends in different places, and a lot of them are Americans that live abroad. And words cannot express how proud of them I am for stepping outside of their comfort zone. Some of my friends never wanted to go abroad and they were totally against it, but now that they're there, it's like they're saying thank you for it because they have learned and experienced another culture. They have stepped outside of their comfort zone, and that's what language learning is all about. So if you take anything out of everything I said, step outside of your comfort zone. Don't just learn the language, learn the culture, learn the way of life. Guys, watch how that alone will improve your life. So this video will be more about how having an open mind have improved my language learning. So maybe that should have been the title of this video. But yes, thank you all so much for watching. That's it. If you have any comments, any questions, anything you want to say, leave the comments below. I am all ears as always. Guys, be respectful. If you have an opinion about something, just be respectful with each other. That's a sign of maturity and that you're not closed-minded. Listen to understand, not to reply. Thank you for watching.